Hello everyone. Let me explain the concept of subnetting. So for explaining it, I am taking as an example a class C IP address, say with the network ID 200.1.2.0. So you remember what is the range of class C IP address? That is any address within the range that is 192.0.0.0 to 223.255.255.255 is what we call as a class C IP address. Now, as this 200 is within this range, you can see that this is a class C IP address. Now, how this class C IP address is splitted, like the 32 bits. If you are looking at the 32 bits, the more significant 3 bits are 110, followed by say 21 bits acting as the network ID. More significant 21 bits following this 110, and the least significant 8 bits acting as the host ID. Now, as 8 bits are given to identifying a particular host, how many such machines are possible within a class C IP address? So, using 8 bit, you can have a 2 raised to 8 combination. That means 256 host or machines possible per network. Okay, so within a class C IP address which is of the range 200.1.2.0, it can the particular organization which bought this IP address can make how many IP addresses? 256 IP addresses. And what are they? So as the IP address is starting from 200.1.2.0, the very next IP address will be 200.1.2.1, so on. The last one, that is 200.1.2.255. So from 0 to 255 there are 256 different combinations. So this many IP addresses are possible. Now suppose the organization which bought this IP address is having 4 different branches, and in each such branch that is located at different places, say having 60 machines per branch. That means for a given branch the organization need only 60 IP addresses, but when it is buying this kind of an IP address, it is getting 256 addresses together. Okay, so what the organization can do is, one thing, it can made 4 such IP addresses. Even though per branch it need only 60 IP address, out of 256 it can give only 60, and the remaining will be unutilized or it can be used in the future, like that. One better way is, it can buy this kind of 256 addresses together by this particular network ID, and it can divide this 256 addresses say into 4 parts, because we have 256 different combination, right? When it is divided by 4, 256 by 4, it is 64, right? Because 256 is 2 raised to 8, 4 is 2 raised to 2, and you are getting 2 raised to 6, that is 64. So in that way also the organization can make use of these 256 addresses. So what they are doing is, the total IP address they are dividing into say 4 parts. Part 1 will be given to the first branch, and part 2 will be given to the second branch of the organization, 3 for next branch, and 4 for the fourth branch. So in part 1, how many IP addresses will be coming? 64 IP addresses. So what is the range? If you are giving the very first address to this organization, it will be like 200.1.2.0 to 64 combination, that is 200.1.2.63. So any IP addresses within this range is given to the branch 1. And now 200.1.2.63, the next one is 64 to plus 64. 64 plus 64 is 128. So up to 200.1.2.127. This range will be given to the second branch, and 200.1.2.127, then 128 to 191. This 64 combination will be given to the third branch, and the last one, that is 200.1.2.192 to 255. This 64 combination is given to the fourth branch. So like that the organization network administrator can divide the total 256 addresses into 4 different parts, and it can be given to 4 different organizations. Now how it is handled, like this kind of a splitting of the IP address is what we call as subnetting. Means the total network we are divided into different subnets. Now the question is, suppose an IP packet is coming, say with the IP address say 200.1.2. Say 130. To which branch this particular IP packet will be delivered? And you know that this is 130, right? That 130 is within the range 128 to 191. So definitely this IP address, the packet that is addressed to this IP address is to be delivered to this particular branch. Now how this organization is achieving it? So for the outside world, this 200.1.2.0 is representing this network as a whole, and internally the network administrator divided that 256 addresses into 4 parts, and it is allotted to 4 different branches. Now when someone is sending an IP packet to this network, they don't know about this internal subnetting and all. So what they will do, they will make an IP packet and it will be addressed to this particular address. Now whenever the network administrator is getting this IP, it should be correctly delivered to this particular organization, and how it is to be done. That means our as of now the total 256 address we divided into say 4 subnet. This is our subnet 1, and this is subnet 2, subnet 3 and subnet 4, and subnet 1 is identified by 200.1.2.0, subnet 2 is identified by 200.1.2.64, and this one is identified by 200.1.128, and this one 200.1.2.128, and the whole network is identified by this particular network ID. Now whenever an IP packet is delivered to this internal router, say that is handled by the network administrator, how this is correctly delivered to this particular subnet. So let me call this interface as say interface A, let it be B, C and D. So it can be done manually, but I am asking you about the automatic process. So as soon as an IP packet is coming to this, suppose a router is sitting here, a switch is sitting here, how it is delivering that particular IP packet through this interface so that it will be correctly delivered to this subnet 3. That we will see in the second part. Okay.